Introducing. Oh, and right after that, we had to stop.
Test, test, test. Let me make sure everyone can hear me. Just want to make sure. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me see what you guys saying. Can everyone hear me fine? Or what? Yes. Perfect. Awesome. So, for everyone new here, my name is Kyle. I'm the co-owner of Slapstocks, and today we're going to be doing a Sunday stock talk. So what this basically is I give you my weekly rundown of how things are supposed to go or going to go. At least I think they're going to go for this week. And yeah, I just kind of give you my analysis on how things are going to go. And then you guys, I do that for roughly around 10 to 15 minutes. And then afterwards, I just spend like the next 45 minutes or so just answering your guys' stock questions that you have. And I'll do TAs for you and everything like that. So to begin, we'll look at SPY. So right now we're looking at the S&P 500 futures here. We gapped up really nicely. We have a 15-point gap up, which is beautiful. So SPY's at 352 right now. This beautiful gap up that we're holding as long with this trend here. And beautiful straight up there. Nice break here as well above resistance for the pop. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. We're just kind of going up right now. Little volume, so just be careful with that. But we did have a nice breakout right here with the golden tri or with a bullish triangle type of feel to it right there and right here. So we had this beautiful breakout happen. We can look for a bounce still on this trend line. So if we were to expand this, so we can look to kind of reach here, stay stagnant, maybe come down a bit to here, and then we can try and go for the next pump up again. But right now, we're seeing everything with a nice gap up, so that'll be nice as well for the open. Apple splits tomorrow too, so this will no longer say 500. It'll be all the way down here. We'll now see Apple all the way down here again. Yep, like right here. Oh, I'm gonna have to delete these levels. So, okay. Um, yeah, I'll delete them all right now. Let's see. Remove. How do I just? Does that do it? Not really. It's all right. I'll do it another time. But yeah, so there's my S&P 500 analysis for you guys. So now what I want you guys to do is just type in ticker symbols that you guys want me to look at in the chat. We got Apple, Roku, SLV, Silver, Tesla, Neo, Facebook, Roku, CCL. Okay. Neo and Tesla. Zoom, MU, Microsoft, BA. Perfect. So I'll start with Tesla since it's the big one right now. I hate talking about Tesla. But actually, I'm not even gonna do an analysis on this yet. It has a stock split. We're going to 500. I can't give you shit after that. Like I really can't tell you much. Like I mean, it's gonna go all the way down here. So I mean, like, there's no levels. I mean, it's the first split it's had. Um, I mean, we're gonna go back into this range right here. But I don't know if this would mean much since since it's a split, you know? This isn't like a build up for the, I don't know. It's just I'd rather wait to just see what happens after the split, you know? It's no, let's see what else. I'll do a different one. I'm not gonna do Apple either, now that I think about it. That's splitting too. There's no point on doing these analysis for these stocks that are splitting, you know? They're splitting, they're gonna drop, and I've been saying it for a while, they're not gonna move much, especially Apple. Like, if you want to, it's gonna drop to like 125. Like I think that's where it split to, is like 125 range. So like basically look for maybe a couple pennies for it to move that on its split day. If anything, it does it. Most stocks don't move after they split. Just about every stock has not moved much since it split. Maybe it slightly goes down a bit or slightly up, but nothing insane happens. Nothing big, nothing major. You have to keep that in mind too. SPY's making a nice push up here again. But yeah, so like the stock is opening up at 125. Let's open up all the way here tomorrow. What am I supposed to do an analysis on with that, you know? So it's just best to wait for it to happen. Let's see here, what else? We'll do Roku next. Yeah, Roku's a big one. I see that here. Roku. Awesome. Look at that. So we had a beautiful push up. I know DTX called this a while back, saying that it was going to break this resistance point, and as soon as it did, it soared. It completely soared right here. Beautiful, beautiful pump up. Let me delete all these levels here. Perfect. So we did have a major breakthrough resistance here from 55 all the way to 75. We reached a top here. We couldn't break it though. Nice resistance forming right here, as well as support in this range. Let's look to stick between 170 and 175. Anything above 175, look for 178. Anything below 171, let's look for 168 to 166, around this range here with previous resistance. But yeah, that's what I can give you for Roku. Let's see here, but other than that, it had a beautiful pump up. There's no levels to go off of right now other than those two. Let's see here, what else? What else we got here? Well, then we did Tesla. Let's see here. Tesla's big, Roku. I'll do SLV next. I'll do that one. SLV, kind of stuck. Let's see here. So we got this. It depends how you want to draw it. We could just draw it like that. And then we'll draw here. Let's see how well this goes. Okay. I'm just trying different shit here. Yeah, so this one's definitely not it. These two are the best ones. So we did break out of this rectangle here, started forming here, but we are forming a resistance back down. So I kind of want to wait for a bounce on the 25 line here to keep going up. Or if we get lucky, we'll just get this aggressive trend. If we get lucky, we'll just get this aggressive trend upwards for a push upward to like this 2650 level here. But right now it's just kind of moving really slow. Not much going on with it anymore. It already had its massive run up here, so you know, now it's time for it to just take a break. Sometimes you just gotta let them rest. Let's see here. Then Tesla. Let's see here. I'll do Neo. Let's go with Neo. So I really like Neo. Neo's like one of the major stocks now. Not a major stock actually, but it's one of the competitors for electric vehicles. They already have cars as well in China, so they're kind of up there. They're better than Nikola, that's for sure, in my opinion. But let's see here. We did have a nice run up again. Shoot up. Beautiful run up there. I did see massive order flow going in for it, which was very nice to see. So that's why it just went from 14 all the way up to 21 here, and then it finally hit a peak and it came back down. But we do see support forming here at this 18 level here. So anything below 18, we'll look for 17. Anything above 19, let's look for 20, then 21. But it's still in a downtrend, so you gotta wait for it. So there's no like clear form yet, other than down. Like, I mean, it is an aggressive trend down, but still, it's aggressive, but still, it's in a downtrend. So just be on the lookout for that as well. Let's see what else. See a lot of zoom. I'll take a look at zoom. Zoom, potential for a breakout. Okay, let's see here. So did it have a beautiful run up? We shot up here. Came down. It's just a healthy trend forming upwards. Especially now that school is back in session. That's aggressive. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. But here's fine. So we do see a nice break, a nice trend forming upwards here. We get this curve going with a potential break like that, where this is our resistance line here. We have our trend line here going up. There we go. Now we can either say this is like a curve going like this. Fuck, that was bad. A curve going like this. For the trend upwards, you know, we can get that nice move upward to this 316 range if this happens, or we could get a nice break up here. Let me see, where are those ghost tools? Here we go. So we can either see this continue to go from here to up like this, or what we would see it do is we could see it do this. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing this. Remove. Cancel. Alright, I don't like this tool anyways. But yeah, you get the point. So it's supposed to go up like this because of this this pattern that's forming with the potential breakout. So we'll look for a break above this 302 line, and we'll look for 304 to 308. Anything below the breaking trend here, so we'll say 297. Anything below 297, let's look for 292 to 290, 290.50. Those would be your levels for zoom. Let's see, what else do we got? Let me see, what else do we got to look at here? Done Zoom. See a lot of Facebook. I'll do Facebook. Let's do Facebook. Facebook, let's go. So I had a continuation. I had a nice run up that happened here. Same pattern as Zoom formed here. You see that little curve for the break upward. Same pattern Zoom formed, just Zoom's a little bit tighter than this one is. But then yeah, it exploded here with a slowdown here with some consolidation happening in this range here. So a break above 297. Look for 304. Below 291. Let's look for 284. But yeah, those were your levels for Facebook there. Let's see here. What else do we got? I'll do. Let's see. What else are we looking at? Okay, SQ zoom. I did zoom. I'll do BA. Alright, we got BA right here. So you had a nice beautiful pump on the support line here for this gap up here. So we see here, and then we have this 0.618 level where we're holding perfectly right at it. So we have a nice bounce occurring right here. So and we have this push upward. Let's look for a gap to 176. If we hit 176.50, we'll look for 177.15. After 177.15, we can look for this 178.42 level. After 178.42, we'll look for 180, 181. So those are the levels to look for on BA. But yeah, it has a nice strong bounce occurring at the GP zone right here. That's see 0.618. So it has a beautiful bounce occurring right there, which is nice to see, especially since it held the support here and here. Leads to believe that it's going to go to 177 again next, and then for the potential breakout, hopefully all the way back up to 188 again, hopefully. But yeah. And there's your analysis for BA. Let's see what else are we looking at here. What time is it? 5:31. Okay. Thunder actually done Facebook Thunder. I'll do Bind next. I see Bind in here. Bind, same thing with Bind. Look at that. Beautiful GP bounce occurring right here at the 0.618 level on the 4-hour mark, which is beautiful seeing. Let's check on the 5-minute. Yep, look at that. Held the GP zone really nice for the break upward here for the 130 to sort of around a dollar move. Less than a dollar move. Actually, but then it came back down here, but it did gap in after hours. So we could see this bounce happen here from 131 to 132. If we can hold this 133 level, we'll look for 135, 136. Anything below 130, let's look for 127 again to 125, 123. But yeah, those are going to be your levels for Bind going forward. Yeah, it did have this nice spike up though. That's nice seeing. Let's see, what else are we looking at today? What else? I'll do a couple more here. Let's look at Nvidia. So same thing with Nvidia too. It's just running up here, running up, running up, running up. We've reached the top here. We broke resistance. We're forming all-time highs. It's not much of analysis I can give here. I mean, like, it hit support and then it broke resistance and broke resistance too, and now it's going up higher again. This is so I mean, there's not much for me to look for on the upside here, but on the downside, anything below 520, look for 510. It's the best I can give you. But yeah, it's not much for me to look at here. I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's see here. I'll look at. Let's look at Adobe. Alrighty, Adobe. So it had a beautiful run up here. Boom, boom. Of course, everything did, and then it exploded. We have this nice break here. Bullish triangle forming for a boom, massive break upward. For the nice drop downwards, but now we're forming a trend back upward. So below 510, look for 505. Above 520, look for 530. Those would be your levels. Unless, let me see here. Actually, a break above 517.80. Break above these levels here, 517.80. Look for 523, 525, and then look for 530. Below 513, look for 510, then 508, and then 505 for Adobe. Okay, let's see what else. Workhorse. I hate these type of stocks. It's you're better off just buying equity instead, in my opinion, instead of buying these contracts. But mm, okay. So we are at a GP zone right here. We are bouncing right here perfectly at this level. So if we can hold here, we can look for a bounce up to potentially back to 1680. After 1680, we'll look for 1721, then 1748, then 1826. But these small cap stops, they're not good in my opinion for options. There's no reason to be playing these stocks for options. You're better off just grabbing equity, in my opinion. That's why I only strictly pay attention to big name stocks. Literally look at my watch list. It's all big names. Like I don't have any type of small names really in my stock list. I mean, it's okay though. But it's just my forte not to look at those small stocks. So let's see here. I'll do look at Microsoft. Same new Microsoft here. We exploded upward. It's now we formed resistance here at 529.17. So let's look up at 5. Anything above 230, look for 231. Anything below 226.50, look for 224. Then 220. But yeah, you can clearly tell that just because of the way it looks. It's consolidated right here, so these levels are anything below here, we fall. Anything above here, we rise. This is easy. Okay, let's see here. I'll do a couple more. I'll do like 2 or 3 more. Maybe 4. Mm, I'll look at INTC, Intel. I remember the big crash it had. Yeah, the stock's kind of broken now. They're getting destroyed. Like everyone's getting ahead of them now. You know, we have Nvidia now. We have AMD. We have all these other companies. MU. Like Intel's kind of losing control of where it was. It used to be a big leader and everything, but now it's just kind of lagging behind. It's just look at this major drop it had. I mean, it's having a hard time recovering too since it dropped in July. 47. It's only recovered $3. So I mean, like, but I mean, it is due for a breakout here, as we see. It's at resistance. So anything above here, let's look for 51, 59, 52. But it needs volume, in my opinion. It needs volume because if we look here, I bet you we're not gonna find anything. Eh. So there's 39 million in dark pool prints for it. So people are expecting somewhat of a pump too. Like that's why there's these bids going in here. These buy orders, I mean, sorry. There's only 2 signs for puts here. But I mean, these people are buying longer calls out. So like they're buying 10, 16, 20, 55 calls. $1.50 at $87. Yeah, how many did you buy? 1,150 of them. So I mean, it could be a good play going forward, but in my opinion, I think it just needs more volume because I don't really see it going back up here unless they do good next earnings. But their next earnings isn't for a while, I believe. So yeah, let's see here. Prices are too high for Intel. I guess. I don't know if you're meaning the stock price or what. let's see here. I'll do like 2 more. I'll do pen. We got Mr. Dave Portnoy. Alright, so it did peak up here. Alrighty. Again, another massive run up here that it had. It finally found resistance up here. It peaked, forming its downtrend. Yeah, boom, boom. Boom, boom. We got a little house here. I mean, basically, I'll draw support here. And I'll draw support here. Alright, so we got our little house here. But no. We do see a downtrend forming here. This is support right here as well. So anything below 52.50, we'll look for this support of 50.87. Anything above, and this break here above, let's say 54, 54.50, 54.70, anywhere where it breaks this trend, let's look for 56, then 58 again. SPY is continuing to push up still. Let's see what it's doing here. Yep. Silver is kind of not doing much. Yep, nothing's happening there. But yeah, look for those levels for pen. I'll do one more. Let's see, SQ. Yeah, why not? I'll do SQ. Let's look at SQ. Alright, so we do have a nice trend going here. It's holding on to it nicely. We do have this candle here. It hasn't been able to break this level, however, though. It's been having some troubles breaking this 159, 160 level here that we have going on. So, what we need to do is we need a nice push upwards with momentum. We need to break this 156, this 157 level here. To break this 157 level here, we'll look for these 158 to 159 levels. Then we'll look for 161 up here. Anything below this trend, though, we'll look for like 148, where this is the major support line here. We'll look for like 148 range to 150 range on the downside for SQ. But I mean, my computer's about to die here too. But I mean, yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday Stock Talk. This is the end of it for today. And I'll catch you guys all this weekend, or this week. Let's make some money come tomorrow.